Welcome back to another MLB Home Run Draft. I'm Jack, our producer. I'll be hosting this round's contest, and I got 3 contestants going at it, drafting lineups of current and former MLB players. They're selecting players and their team based off that player's home run total with that team since 2000. As soon as one of them guesses a team, then that team is unavailable to select for the rest of the draft. Most home runs at the end will be the winner.
You guys can take so many different routes with this, it's insane. So take your time. I'm excited to see if you get like the 1-1. There's a 1-1.
I think it's very clear with his amount of time he spent with the same team. First baseman, Albert Pujols.
He is second.
Oh, wow.
Albert Pujols hit the most home runs in the 2000s with 703. Albert Pujols hit 469 home runs with the St. Louis Cardinals. That is the most by a first baseman and the second most out of anybody in this draft.
All right, your turn.
Pick.
I'm going to go for second baseman Jose Altuve.
Ooh. All right.
Astros, of course.
Jose Altuve is second on this list for Houston. 221 home runs. That's very good for a second baseman. That is top 3 at a second baseman. Yeah, you scratch out Astros, you scratch out Cardinals.
Where's my pick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll take Miguel Cabrera with the Detroit Tigers.
Oh.
Which should, I feel like, be the number 1.
So he's going to be a first baseman for you. You're taking the Tigers off the board. He's the clear number 1 answer for the Tigers. 373. That's third best among first basemen. So you also have to take into consideration that Miggy played 5 years with the Marlins.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he's not even higher on this list.
So if we have a player that changes positions, do we only get the home runs from the years he played at that position or his career?
No, I'm just doing career with that team.
Okay.
Miguel Cabrera, number 1 for the Tigers. I guess I could tell you guys who's like behind the Tigers on the list technically.
If they wouldn't come up for any other team.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just say this real quick. Miggy had 373. The next closest guy was Brandon Inge with 140. So Miggy is actually a really good pick.
I'm kind of scared with this next pick because I know if I don't take him, he's just there. So I'm just going to take Barry Bonds. It's like the second half of his career, but
It was the roided half.
yeah. How many?
Barry Bonds played 8 seasons in the 2000s with the Giants. He still hit 317 home runs in the 2000s. He was with the Pirates way early on and doesn't come into play at all.
So he's still not first.
Barry Bonds is the number 1 Giant, with Brandon Belt being second.
I'm going to take David Ortiz for the Red Sox.
Good pick.
Very good pick.
David Ortiz is the best answer in this draft.
It's number 1.
That is number 1, 483 home runs.
Damn.
Now, full disclosure, I was pretty pissed off you took a Giants player because I was going to pick Buster
Posey
Posey.
at the catcher spot.
Yeah.
So
But
Posey had
David
4.
Ortiz is the number 1 answer with the most home runs with one team since 2000.
Ah, nice.
100%. 483, barely ahead of Pujols. Ortiz played for the Twins for a couple of years too.
Didn't know that.
All right. Well, as Owen was talking about cashing in on catcher, I will take the Kansas City Royals off the board with Salvador Perez.
Salvador Perez is the number 1 catcher in this draft. He's quickly just become
He's 30 homers every year.
Salvador Perez, 258, number 1 catcher on the board. Royals are off the board. The next closest guy for the Royals behind Salvi was Alex Gordon. So I think that's another good
That's my
pick
guy.
as well.
Position of need, second base. And I'm thinking, with a little short porch out there, Robinson Cano.
It's a good call. They go to the Yankees.
Yeah. No Judge.
Robinson Cano with the New York Yankees hit 204 home runs. That's pretty good. With the Yankees off the board, a lot of big names go off the board too with that. But the one clear, obvious answer that's off the board is Aaron Judge. Jorge Posada's off the board. Derek Jeter's off the board.
You're up.
For outfield, I'm going to go Mike Trout.
Mike Trout is the number 1 outfielder on this list.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
378 home runs. The injury bug has caught up to him, and now we can call him injury prone, and Harper's right behind him. But, I mean, Trout, any angel behind him isn't good. Closest angel behind him has already been taken. Albert Pujols.
Ready?
Go ahead.
I got 2 picks, so I'll go Beltre. For the
Damn!
Rangers. Please. Sorry.
So Beltre with the Rangers hit 199 home runs.
It's not really that great, but that's okay.
It isn't that great. Beltre, obviously a legend and a Hall of Famer. If you take his whole career since 2000, he's number 2 on this list at third base. But he made stops in Seattle and Boston too, and the
But he had
Dodgers.
his most in
For the Rangers?
I would say his most is with the Rangers. Yeah.
Okay. Joey Votto, Reds.
Damn it, Joe.
Please. Thank you. That should be a good amount.
So you have to take Votto as,
You too?
Or DH.
and I'm gonna be fair with this too. I'm gonna look and see how many games he played.
Yeah.
Absolutely not a DH.
Okay.
He's played 1,970 games at first and 40 at DH. He's not a DH. So I'd say you scratch him, or you can put him at utility.
Put him at utility.
Joey Votto with the Cincinnati Reds is a very good pick, 356. He leads the Reds. A couple other big lefties behind him too that I should mention, but Joey Votto off the board. Good pick, and you got the Reds leader gone.
I'm going to take another outfielder. I'm going to take Andrew McCutchen for the Pirates.
Interesting.
Andrew McCutchen with the Pirates is by far the best Pirate, 226,
Oh, that's pretty good. That's better than I thought.
I was thinking John Jaso though.
with a bunch of other small stops recently with McCutchen, Milwaukee, San Fran, Philly. That's pretty good.
Yankees?
Yeah, he stopped in New York too. So 226, Jason Bay is the next closest guy with 139.
That scared me because of all of his quick stops recently. I was like, man, I don't know how long this actually was on the Pirates for, but it was a good amount of time.
MVP. Yeah. He wasn't with this team for too long, but he was pretty mammoth while he was there. Giancarlo Stanton.
Damn it.
Oh, up.
Marlins.
Giancarlo Stanton with the Miami Marlins, and he played as a Florida Marlin too.
Mike Stanton.
As Mike Stanton too. 267.
Damn! I thought I was doing that.
Giancarlo Stanton has already hit over 150 home runs with the Yankees too.
Yeah, he's been with the Yankees for a while.
Dan Uggla and Hanley Ramirez are the next guys up.
Jose Bautista.
Blue Jays off the board.
Wrong Blue Jay to take.
What are you thinking of? Spit it.
I'll say it at the end.
Well, you're wrong because Jose Bautista is the number one answer.
Nice.
Slow-mo Joe speaking ill on my pick.
Okay, I was gonna say Vladdy.
Hell
He's been in
no.
the league
I'm
for
tripping.
5 years.
No, his dad.
He wasn't even
He was
on the
in
Blue
Blue
Jays.
Jay.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Sorry. You gotta cut that.
Learn ball. Please.
You gotta cut that out.
I'm not gonna say what team he played on because he's on this list somewhere.
How many homers for Jose Bautista?
Dude, I blanked so hard.
Jose Bautista, 288.
Sorry.
I take that.
All right, hold on. What's funny is with also Garb taking a second baseman right away and Owen taking a second baseman right away, Joe, you could either find another second baseman right now, or you could wait until the very end and hope that the team you're stuck with had a good second baseman too.
That.
It's interesting to think about.
The numbers aren't like really gonna be that high.
Now, I don't know how many home runs he hit because he was kind of an average guy. But just for the sheer fact he was on this team forever, I'm going to go with Jimmy Rollins from the Phillies.
There goes Ryan Howard off the board.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's also kind of why I picked Phillies early.
Jimmy Rollins was a big hits guy.
Jimmy Rollins is a top 5 Philly. Jimmy Rollins is the number 1 shortstop on this list
Wow. Really?
because he played with the same team.
Yeah,
These other guys, these other shortstops that are on this list that I'm looking at.
that's what I'm saying. They bounce around like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rollins hit 216,
Okay.
Wow.
and he hit 231 in his career. He hit 15 with the Dodgers and the White Sox combined.
I really did not think you were going to say 216. That's a lot.
Number 1 shortstop on the list. He just played.
He's almost hit as many home runs as Altuve.
Yeah. That's the first shortstop off the board.
Probably could have went with Jeter.
He didn't hit a lot.
You won't find a bigger hater of Derek Jeter than me.
200 on the fence. For sure. Off the top of my head. He never had a 30 homer year.
Yeah, Roman.
Picture of Roman.
Christian Yelich for the Brewers.
And it's an awful pick.
I'm going with Ryan Braun.
That's
Steroid
a better
man.
pick.
Oh yeah, that's a good pick.
I think that's the first
this-
awful pick we've
This,
had.
this is where I'm gonna go. This is where I'm gonna go downhill.
Yelich is not in the top 5 with Milwaukee.
Oh, that's bad.
Christian Yelich hit 142 home runs with the Brewers. He's an outfielder. He's on year 7 with Milwaukee, and he had an MVP year. Since then, he hasn't had a 20-homer year.
Yes.
So 15 teams left, 15 off the board.
I'll just take Brandon Lau for the Rays. I'm gonna lost space, so I'll just get the second base.
All right, Evan Longoria is off the board.
It's shy. It's either shy or just above 200.
Said like-
Brandon Lau hit his 100th home run last year.
Oh wow.
So if you include his home run that he hit on Saturday, we're at 111.
He's a dog.
This is bad, guys. 2 bad picks.
God, that's how the Rays go? There was 4 dudes in front of Brandon that you could have chose.
Well, I
Longo,
could have taken Longo or Pena. I already had a third and first baseman.
Joe with the worst pick so far, 111.
Thanks.
There's only been 3 players picked so far that have been under 200. They're all on his team.
This is another one. He's been on the team forever. I thought about my shortstop coming from this team. They've changed their name. I'm gonna go with J. Ron.
Yeah, that was
from
on my
the
list.
Indians. For third base,
Can you say it again? Say the name again.
Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez is the leader for Cleveland. 237.
That's not saying much. They don't have much. 237.
237 right in front of Carlos Santana.
Wow.
Wow.
I was thinking a little Jason Kipnis action there. As I mentioned, there's a lot of third basemen left on the board. And so, I'm going back up to New York. With David Wright.
Oh, that's a wow. Well, Barnes.
David Wright is the number 1 Met.
Nice.
242. Pete Alonso creeping on his tail.
Just the thing is, with the DH spot, you should have burned that early because there was no National League DH until very recently. So, that cuts the talent pool in half. Well, I am going to make a call on DH as I said that. Give me Edgar Martinez. He played a little bit in the 1990s, but
That's a bold pick.
man,
Now, I
that's a
love the
good
pick because he's the greatest DH of all time. If you take into consideration contact and power, he played with some insane Mariners teams.
DH is thin.
18-year career for Edgar Martinez. 5 of those years are in the 2000s. But those 5 years, he was an all-star 3 times and won a Silver Slugger a couple times too. 111.
If I came to my senses that DH would be such a
Yeah,
valued
thank
position,
Thank you.
then I probably would have went David Ortiz 1-1.
David Ortiz is undoubtedly 1-1 in this draft. So we're at 19 out of 30. 11 teams remain. It's getting thin, a little bit.
Very thin.
There's still a lot of options, but like it's thin.
It just the positions are really important.
There was 3 guys with 400 plus on this list. You guys named 2 of them.
There's one available.
There's one available. You haven't named the team yet. It is a tough one to get.
So I'm taking him. There's a lot of players on this team that have been good recently.
Damn it.
It's in a Morgan Wallen song. I'm taking Chipper Jones.
Knew it. I knew it.
Between them big 3 pitchers, Andrew and Chipper, it's gonna be hard to keep up with the Joneses.
I waited
The
too
only
long.
reason I'm taking him is because of the 98 Braves song, and I'm kind of worried because 98 Braves. I don't know how
Should have
good
taken
he
the
did.
other Jones.
He played late.
But I remember watching him. I feel like I watched a game, like a Braves game. He retired like really not too long ago.
Oh, and I got great news from you. You're murdering this draft. He's the number 1 Brave.
Oh, he is the number 1 Brave?
Yes.
The Joneses are so high on this list still.
Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones is the second best Brave. Chipper Jones, 315.
Yes.
Andrew Jones, 288. Chipper Jones, the second best third baseman in this draft. Chipper Jones is an excellent pick this late. And
I had him queued up for a while, and I just thought these new heads wouldn't know.
Wait, Chipper Jones played third base?
Learn ball. Please.
Oh no!
You gotta put him at
I thought he-
utility.
dude, I swear to God, I thought he was an outfielder.
Yeah, he's a third baseman, so you got to put him at utility.
I'm trying to scrap together what I can with how bad my previous 2 picks were. I get Joey Gallo from the Nationals, right? Am I an idiot? Or am I stupid?
The pick is in. Okay, so how in touch were you in the game when Ryan Zimmerman was out?
Yeah,
I wrote his name down probably.
Who?
That was like the 5th name I wrote down.
Ryan Zimmerman
Space
for the
spot.
Nationals.
He has 5?
This is his first season.
Oh, dude. Can we cut that? Let me go.
2-horse race.
No way.
Good,
You
your
could
team
have chose
right.
Asdrubal Cabrera, the Rays legend.
You chose Harper.
Yeah, that's what I
Juan
was saying.
Soto,
Harper.
even Trey Turner,
What are you doing?
Howie Kendrick.
I don't know. All right.
Yeah.
Gary Sanchez for the Padres. Is that bad? Another bad pick? It's probably another bad pick. I don't
Not
know
good.
these guys' what years teams are on.
Gary Sanchez hit 19 home runs with the Padres.
I mean, that's improvement.
He
You
had a,
almost quadrupled your score from the previous round.
he's played for 5 teams in his career, and he played for the Yankees up until 2021. So
Oh
he's
my
played
God.
he's played for 4 different teams in the last 3 seasons,
Dude, I'm
and the
not
Padres are one of them. A 5 and 19 picked back to back after not having any under 100 is pretty nuts.
I don't.
As Zane will say, you don't know ball.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't. I'm sorry. Because there are other guys that I could have picked for both of those. Just both of those picks, that would have been way better.
For the Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman's the number 1 answer.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Harper's 100 behind him. Vladdy Sr. is 3rd for the Nationals, and he played as an Expo. For the Padres, Adrian Gonzalez, Owen 7 picks in, and his worst pick is Jimmy Rollins at 216, and that's the number 1 shortstop.
that makes me feel really bad.
I feel like he was there forever. Center fielder for the Orioles for a while. Adam Jones.
Adam Jones is the number 1 Oriole on this list.
Oh,
He's even ahead of Chris Davis with a
That's-
C.
yeah.
So Chris Davis, 253, Adam Jones, 263.
Wow. It's a lot better than 5.
You need catcher and first base. It's very interesting because I don't think Joe has the shortstop line, which I can hold on to. Okay, I'm gonna leave my shortstop until the end. I will take Paul Goldschmidt, Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wow. A very sound pick because he is the number 1 Arizona Diamondback, just ahead of Luis Gonzalez.
Wow.
Paul Goldschmidt, a Cardinal for the last few years, probably hindered this number, 209 with Arizona.
I'm more than okay with that.
So
This late.
that is your utility.
Yes. These teams start to get real thin. I've got shortstop and outfield left. Colorado, LA, the Dodgers, Cubs, A's, Twins, White Sox.
Yeah.
I think there's a clear-cut shortstop pick here, and I'm going to take it now before anybody runs away with it. Give me Troy Tulowitzki, Rockies.
Nice.
Good pick. I would have said Trevor.
Tulo at the tail end was a Blue Jay, and a very brief Yankee. Tulo, Rocky, 188. Rockies that are ahead of him,
Charlie Black.
number 1 by far is Todd Helton. Helton, Arenado, Carlos Gonzalez. That swing is pretty if you guys remember that one.
With on that. So I got one pick left. I'm going to be just left with whatever franchise.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be fun.
It's a very big risk because I don't remember if he played for this team. I'm going to say Joe Mauer.
That is exactly what I was afraid of. What team?
Joe Mauer played for the Twins.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to take Byron Buxton.
I wish I saved it.
Yeah, he should have. He's hit like 180, right?
No chance.
No
He's been
chance.
hurt every year.
Yeah, but he's been around for a lot of years.
Power Mauer.
How many homers?
Joe Mauer hit 143.
Okay,
That's
that's
not as
better.
bad as I thought.
In perspective to like the top catchers, that's not bad at all.
It's funny, he also kind of played first base.
Owen only has 1 pick left.
Yeah, with first base.
Like,
I
and make
mean,
a good
I
pick.
have the first guy, just Corey Seager for the Dodgers.
104 home runs, for Corey Seager as a Dodger. Corey Seager's played 2.5 years with the Rangers. He's already at 81.
Dodgers sneaky tough team.
I'll say this: the top 3 Dodgers are all guys that have played for the Dodgers for the majority of their career. Matt Kemp is the number 1 guy.
That is what I was thinking.
Max Muncy's number 2. Andre Ethier is at the 3.
Yeah, I thought of him.
So what is it? White Sox, Athletics, Cubs. So I'll just take Luis Rivera Jr. for the White Sox.
There's a lot of Roberts on Baseball
Dude,
Reference.
he probably has more days on the IL than he has home runs.
He probably
Him and
does.
Buxton, dude. 83. So now, Hasak, your draft is over. All right, Owen, last pick.
I'm between 2 because it's Cubs and A's for first base. The A's one, he was in Moneyball. He had a brother. I'm not going to pick him, though, because I don't know much about him. So I'm just going to take a safe pick and go with Anthony Rizzo.
Owen, I was thinking you were going to take
What's his
you
name?
know who. I mean, can Garb pick him?
On the A's, which position?
First base.
I'm at OL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't. I was thinking you were going to take Jason Giambi.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Jason Giambi.
But Owen picked the number 1 Cub.
Really?
It was
Anthony
Rizzo. That's so Rizzo. He was one of the first names I wrote down.
And I was thinking
Left him.
2 names when you were going, but then I remembered you can't take Rizzo.
So I just kind of.
So I was hoping you were going to take Sammy Sosa.
Oh, wow.
These bitches love him.
So Anthony Rizzo 242, Sammy Sosa 238. They're right neck and neck.
Getting 242 this late's kind of crazy.
Owen just wrapped up an outstanding draft. I think this is like insane when you look at it.
Oh, sorry, it's your face.
He hit me with his mini knuckles as his buddy had home runs.
I'm just here.
A's outfielders, it's tough just because they're not in my head all the time. I'll go with, as I mentioned, a guy that was already mentioned, but it was a different person by the same name. Chris Davis. Yeah.
Chris Davis with a K.
Back-to-back drafts taking Chris Davis.
Do you even know who Chris Davis with a K is?
He probably hit like
112.
103.
Say 130.
You guys all underestimate Chris Davis with a K.
What did he hit? 142.
He hit the most home runs in 2018 with 48. The number is 159.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there you go, Garb.
Are you looking at the race, Chris Davis?
Crush Davis.
I sure am, dude. Chris Davis with a K was good. You guys are sleeping. In 3rd place.
No way. Wow.
In 3rd place.
Can I guess my number?
In 3rd place with 1,709 points, Joseph Hasak.
1,700 is not bad. It's okay.
In 1st place, making his debut, felt 2,726. Owen Huber.
Well deserved.
In 2nd place, a little over 300 behind the leader, with 2,394, Joseph Garbers.